Al-IyamoyeTv Radio, Voice of the Voiceless.
The time is 12 o'clock. Here is the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. First, the top headlines. NDLEA raped factory in Ogun. Recovered assaulted hard drugs. Southeast senators elect demand 10th Senate presidency. Makinde 6 powers to permit to award beaded crown without consultation. Couple and their maid die in cooking gas explosion in Delta. Saudi Arabian experts warning Sudan generals to agree to effective ceasefire. 22 die in capsized boats in India. Details coming up shortly. Now the news in details. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI, AJIBOLA. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) have uncovered hard drugs during a raid of a mini factory in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Hard drugs including Scoochie, Tramadol, and cannabis were seized during the raid of the main factory last Wednesday at Safari Axis of Onikolobo. The NDLEA spokesperson Femi Babafemi, who announced this on Sunday in Abuja, said one Bakare Taufik was picked up by the anti-narcotic operatives during the raid. According to him, drugs recovered included 4 kilograms of blackcurrant mixed with cannabis, 255 liters of Scoochies, and 1,880 tablets of Tramadol. Others with 737 grams of cannabis, 3 deep freezers, 2 gas cylinders, and 2 cooking pots. 3 suspected members of an armed robbery gang who raided Abeokuta tarmac at Ibara roundabout last month are now on the run. During the daylight operations last April 12, the armed robbers who wore masks killed one of the traders in the computer market and carted away several high-valued smartphones. During the robbery operation, one suspected robber was arrested during a gun battle with the police. The first suspect arrested are Ajayi Kayode, Abibidowu, and Timitayo Oresoya. Spokesperson of the State Police Command, Abimbola Oyeyemi, said they were picked up where they were hibernating by detectives from the Kenta police station. Oyeyemi said 3 suspects were arrested at Abuliake axis of Kenta, where they were hibernating after the robbery operations. According to him, 2 of them during interrogation allegedly admitted to taking part in the operation. Timitayo denied participation but told detectives they belonged to the same cult group. He also told a detective that the robbery suspect came to hibernate in his home after the robbery operations. Senator-elect from Southeast regions have demanded the zoning of the 10th Senate presidency to the region. The senator, in a communique issued after a meeting in Abuja, resolved to support APC aspirants from the region and had expanded negotiations with other well-meaning senators on the issue. They asked president-elect to be sensitive to the times in Nigeria and promote equity, unity, and fairness to the tripod of Nigeria, which according to them are the Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. The Southeast senators also urged the APC to shun primordial and political interests as well as winners-take-all syndrome. Senator-elect at the meeting included Oji Uzo-Kalu, Victor Ume, Osita Izoanazu, Tony Nwoye, Kelvin Chukwu, Osita Nwagu, Ezenwa Onyebuchi, and Tony Nwoye. Others are Pindubieze, Mfanyi Uba, and Oke Ezra. A passenger plane has crash landed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja on Sunday, causing panic in the facility. The plane was carrying passengers from Yola, the Adamawa state. The plane, on the fleet of Max Air, crash landed on the airport runway after its tire burst into flame. Airport emergency workers quickly put off the fire to allow passengers disembarked safely on the runway. One of the passengers in the plane, Dr. Mike Ogirima, the former president of Nigerian Medical Association, some of the passengers saw the faulty tires right from Yola. Governor Seyi Makinde has sent a bill to the Oyo State House of Assembly seeking to amend the State Chieftaincy Law 2023. The bill seeks to allow traditional rulers called Baales to wear beaded crowns. Justice Commissioner Professor Oyelowo announced this to newsmen at the end of the weekly meetings of the State Executive Council at the Government House, Ibadan. He explained that the bill seeks to amend Section 28 of the law to empower the state governor to grant approval for Baales to wear beaded crowns without consulting the state councils of chiefs. The commissioner said several requests of the Baales seeking to wear beaded crowns have been pending because of the inability of the state councils of chiefs to meet on the issue. Wife of the former late president Umaru Yar'Adua says her husband never aspired to become Nigerian president. The former first lady said her husband's aspiration was to be a teacher, came home from school and cracked jokes with members of his family. Speaking on the BBC Hausa service, he said the late president was an accidental president, politician, very simple and humble to the earth. According to her, late President Yar'Adua treated her and his family like royalties. The First Lady said her husband was not interested in comfort or luxury, and as Katsina State Governor used same wristwatch until its leather stripe was torn. Hope has risen for policemen recruited during 2021 and 2022 who have been owed 6 months' salaries. The Police Service Commission has forwarded a letter to the Accountant General of the Federation requesting for the clearance of the unpaid salaries. The Commission spokesperson Ike Chukwuani, in a statement on Sunday, said affected policemen are those who passed out of police colleges, and he explained that their salaries were delayed due to their non-enrollment in the Integrated Personnel Payment of Information System (IPPS). Explosion from a cooking gas has killed a couple pastor at Dere, his wife, and their housemaid in Delta State. The tragic incident took place last Thursday in their residence at Orogun in Ugeli local government area. The couple and their housemaid, who were critically injured in the explosions, were rushed to the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, Benin City. The husband was confirmed dead, while the wife and the housemaid died later. You are listening to the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Still to come, foreign, business and sport news. Do stay with us. Welcome back. Now foreign. Saudi Arabia says its expert talks, which began in Jeddah on Saturday between Sudan warring military factions, will reach an effective ceasefire. In the first confirmation that the meetings have started, the Saudi Foreign Ministry said both sides recognize the need to ease the suffering of the Sudanese people. It said as well as stopping the fighting, the aim was to ensure the delivery of relief supplies and restoration of essential services. There has been no comment from the Sudanese army or its rival from the paramilitary rapid support forces on the talks. The meeting in Jeddah are the first since fighting broke out more than 3 weeks ago. Meanwhile, UN Humanitarian Chief Martin Griffiths arrived in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on Sunday for talks aiming for a ceasefire between Sudan's warring military factions. At least 22 people have died after a packed tourist boat capsided in India's southern Kerala state. The death toll could rise as rescue efforts are underway on Monday and the vessel is pulled from muddy waters. Overcrowding caused the double-decker boat to capsize. Abdul Nasser, Junior Superintendent of Police of Malaram District, told Reuters. The boat was reportedly carrying about 50 people, or double its capacity, when it overturned on Sunday night. India Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed condolences on Twitter, saying he was pained by the loss of lives. Many passengers were trapped under the boat and darkness held back rescue efforts, according to local media. The casualties included women and children on school holiday. The exact numbers of missing passengers was not immediately clear. Authorities said they are investigating the cause of the mishap. Many of the other passengers were also not wearing life jackets at the time of the incident, survivors told local media. In business, the first phase of $19 billion Dangote refinery under construction at Lekki in Lagos is ready. The 650,000 barrel capacity refinery will be commissioned on May 22 by President Muhammadu Buhari as part of his last act in office. Buhari's Special Assistant on Digital Communication, Bashir Ahmed, announced this in a tweet on Sunday. Sources told Al-IyamoyeTv and radio that the refinery, which was the world's single largest, has been completed and is undergoing pre-inauguration tests. The refinery at full capacity designed to meet the local demand for refined petroleum products and to export its surplus. Apart from the processing of crude, the refinery is expected to produce 435 megawatts of electricity. In August 2021, Federal Executive Council approved the sum of $2.7 billion for the acquisition of a 20% stake in the project through the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. Sources said federal government is yet to pay for its acquisition. And finally, on the world news today, sport. Ogun State Government and Federal Ministry of Sport have signed a memorandum of understanding for the hosting of forthcoming 2024 National Sport Festival in the state. Governor Dapo Abiodun and Sports Minister Sunday Dare signed the agreement at the Ogun State Governor's Office Okemoso, Abeokuta. The governor assured the minister that the state was ready to host a world-class sport festival. Ogun State, according to the governor, has capable hands and sponsors ready to provide support for the hosting of the festival. That was the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. But before I go, here's a quick recap of top headlines. NDLA raids mini factory in Ogun, recover assorted hard drugs. Police arrest 3 small suspects for Abeokuta Computer Village robbery. Plane loaded with passengers crash land at Abuja Airport. Late President Yar'Adua's wife says her husband never aspired to be president. Saudi Arabia expects warring Sudan generals to agree to effective ceasefire. And also on the international scene, we told you that a boat capsized in India and about 22 persons has lost their lives. For more stories and to listen to us, log on to www.aliyamoyetvradio.com. The world news was edited by Abidat Story. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI, AJIBOLA. Do have a great Monday.